Epilogue. Yep, sadly I didn't get Marsha to level 20. I really wanted Marsha to get to level 20 because she was the MVP throughout the playthrough, but you know, you can't always get what you want. At least I got a singular unit to level 20 that wasn't Ike, at the very least. Which I think is an impressive feat in and of itself. Oh, Ike is back to his regular outfit. Interesting. For the past year, I've been focused on winning this war. I stand here today as a testament to your fortitude and commitment. I understand this will never suffice, but I wanted to take a moment to say something to you all. Thank you. I hope I may continue to rely on you. Of course, I hope that I may continue to be of service. You've grown so much. I would like nothing better than if Commander Grail and Elena could see you now. What a long road we've traveled, and yet, in many ways, it seemed to pass so quickly. I'm glad it's finally over. I forgot you were a person, Oscar. You've been in bench for so long, I forgot you were here. We did well, didn't we? I'm sure Mom and Dad would be proud of us. Great job, Ike. Of course, if I hadn't been by your side the whole time, victory might have slipped away. You know what? Boyd is actually not wrong about that. I believe you, Boyd. You are a very good unit. I trust your word on that. Commander Ike. I'm going to keep practicing so I can be better than ever. Thanks for having faith in me. Right, I just used you to get support points with Mist. That I remember with you, Rolf. Finally, it's finally over. At long last, we can return to a life without war. Praise the goddess. Right, you were my healer before Mist came along. And then you became a bench warmer. Ike, are we going to go back to being mercenaries? I'm a great soldier and all, but... The easygoing life of a mercenary is the only life for me. Teh, and let's go find some good-looking lasses. Bah, I suppose you want some kind of congratulation now, right? Well, too bad. You're a snot-nosed whelp, and I'm still better than you. Don't ever forget about that. If you say so, Shinon. Hey, boss, we did it! Woohoo! You know, I'm completely in love with your fighting style. If I could train under you, it would be great. So let me stick around for a while, all right? I wish Miss Mia wasn't stat screwed in this playthrough. I would have loved to use Mia more, but the game said no. I have no more work here. I'll be leaving you shortly. If you have need of my services, you know how to reach me. Yeah, Rice never got to be promoted either. Valencia, you've had to wait a long time, but I finally fulfilled my contract. The mission is complete. My Lord Ike, on behalf of all Crimea and my departed father, mother, and uncle, I thank you once again. Oh, stop. Come on. Will you please stop doing that? Pardon? I think I've gotten used to a few of these noble customs and whatnot, but I still can't handle the bowing. It makes me antsy and itchy too. Oh, my Lord Ike. Hehe. Oh, glorious day of sweet victory! Praises upon the day the goddess did see fit to send Sir Ike to save our land. Thank you, General Ike. Because of you, I believe we better understand how best to serve Princess Alencia. Through your strength, the dark clouds that blackened Crimea have been dispelled. From this day forth, we will give our all to see the restoration of this land and its people. General, you are Crimea's savior. For your meritorious server, I salute you. Huzzah! Lay 1,000 huzzahs! I remember about you, Kieran, is that you were a pain in the neck to recruit in that one map. That's all I remember about you, Kieran. Poof, I'm glad that's over. When I saw King Dane, I was sure I was done for. Or that he tortured me. But you were a bull. Thank you. Now I can go home and see my family once more. Right, Brome was to die at Gatry before Gatry came back. Whom I was willing to sacrifice in that Black Knight map. By the way. When I get back to the countryside, I'm gonna boast to all of my family and friends that I fought under you. I also wish Nefni wasn't as stat screwed either. Both Mia and Nefni are units that I wish I could have used more in this playthrough. Largo and I are going to stay here and open up a shop. With Crimea undergoing reconstruction, there are going to be a lot of people moving about. We'll open an inn with good food and drink, and free butter on every table. We'll be rich in no time. Largo, do you even know if you can afford to make sure everyone gets free butter? Are you sure you won't lose money by making sure everyone gets free butter? We'll let you know when everything's set up. You can drop in anytime. We'll even give you special rates. Maybe we should call it General Ike's Inn. General Ike, I will be taking my leave I'll be taking my leave for you for the time being. I must return to Benyon and present a report on the war's outcome. Aren't you going to take Benyon's soldiers with you? You lent us quite a few. Though the war may be over, it will take many weeks to see the country secure. I spoke with the princess earlier, and she asked if we help if possible, so I'll leave them in your care a while longer. Tanith, I am very glad that you were in my army. You were a very great gift. We really do owe Benyon a lot, don't we? In the end, we got not only you, but a whole battalion of reinforcements. General Celsius and his troops are the reason we were able to minimize casualties during the final battle. He and his men took care of the retreating Danes and allowed us to focus on the enemies before us. No matter the assistance you had, the victory itself is a result of your strength and leadership. I know two people who will be very pleased to learn of your triumph. Please give my thanks to both the Apostle and Sephiron. I plan to go on and thank them myself someday, but... Understood. Farewell, General Ike. I look forward to seeing you again. Farewell. Ike, hey handsome. I decided to return to service in the Benyon's Pegasus Knights. Cool beans, huh? Oh, I owe so much to you, Ike. Thank you so very much. I'll see you around. Honestly, I think after this playthrough, Best Girl is now a tight position between Marsha and Ileana. Going into this playthrough, I thought Ileana was going to be the only Best Girl, but, you know, Marsha really proved herself. So, there are now two Best Girls in Path of Radiance, Marsha and Ileana. Oh hey Makalov, I thought you rotted away in an inn somewhere. Not happy to see you're still here. I think I may try to start over in Benyon. Maybe it's too much, too soon. But I just want to live a more responsible life. Plus I'm tired of men threatening to break my knees. Goodbye, Ike. I don't buy that for a second. I think you gotta go back to gambling as soon as you go back to Benyon, Makalov. And then make poor Marsha's life like a living hell. Goodbye, General Ike. This war has given me the confidence to enter the service of Benyon Knights. Of the Benyon Knights. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ashrid. You were a pretty decent unit. You were just here, Devden. I never used you once. Devden is glad all the fighting stopped. Devden prefers the peace and quiet. War is not good for anything. I can see why I didn't use you, Devlin. I really don't like I don't like characters that speak in first person. I don't like that. Or they use their name in every sentence. I don't like that at all. Well, we're going home. All of our all of our desert friends are waiting for us. And wow, do we have some stories to share with them? Laguz and Bjork, perhaps the gap between us has narrowed. War is horrible, yet maybe we've gained something of value after all. I still like you, Morm, as a character. Tormund, well, you're a neat character, I just will never understand why they made you be a fire user. Especially since they bothered to make fire be super effective against Laguz. I can never understand why the developers did that. Finally, when you come to the dunes, we can sit and talk with no fighting. You sure, Stefan? You sure you want to talk with Ike and not talk to, I don't know, any other Laguz? Since you needed Laguz to recruit you anyway. Okay, so Nephni, Mia, and Jill are the same, with being either really bad or really good. Well, it's unfortunate that I had all three be really bad. Because Nephni turned out pretty meh, Mia turned out very meh, and even Jill turned out very meh. My luck is really weird with who gets blessed by it and who doesn't. Are you leaving already? Yep, I'm out of here. I've got some important guests to convey to the king. Guests? He's talking about us. We're taking my father to visit Gallia for a while. We Herons prefer to live near the forest, after all. Tebon spoke with King Canis on our behalf. You're not returning to Serene's? While we made our peace with the Apostle, we're not ready to live there again. I see. You'll be able to return someday. Bjork and Laguz will come to understand and respect one another. You may be right. I hope you're right. Are you ready? We should be leaving soon. Gifka, I'm in your debt as well. Gallia's a very special place to me. I'd like to visit again someday, if I may. Come whenever you are able. The king will be pleased to see you. Oh, and another thing. You'll be seeing me again soon. Gallia has decided not to spare any effort in aiding Crimea's reconstruction. I'll be back shortly with a whole army of workers and laborers. Look for us. Alright, we'll be waiting. Yeah, Tormund is my only fire mage, yeah. It's still funny that they made him a fire mage. They still could have made, I don't know, Soren be the fire mage. Considering how he treated Laguz in the early game, they could have had Soren be the fire user and then Tormund could have been the wind user instead. That would have made more sense for the characters than to have Tormund, the guy that literally grew up with Laguz, have a tome that's effective against Laguz. Okay, so apparently Stefan and Soren are similar to each other. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I will look into Soren Ike support at some point before I play Radiant Dawn. Oh wait, Raisin, Leanne! What is it? Do you think I could touch the medallion one last time? For my mom and dad? Of course, go ahead, put out your hand. Alright, thank you very much. Is that enough? Yes, I just wanted to say goodbye. Thank you. And you too, Ike. What? And I'd like to give our heartfelt thanks to your parents as well. For fulfilling the hopes of our sister. Thank you. Yes. Ike, I will help rebuild Crimea too. I will lend you much strength. I really like Mordecai. It's just unfortunate that training up Lagoose was difficult because it counts as a promoted unit, but I still really like Mordecai. And I wish I would have gotten his A rank with Ileana. Leith, she was just there. I don't feel any one way or another with Leith. She was just there. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I must admit that you've done well. You were a good fighter. Too good to leave with these Bjork. We'll meet again. Well, sure, all of the tomes have effectiveness against Lagoose, but I still feel fire was a cruel irony for Tormund to have. Since he grew up with Morim, who was a cat, and the cats are the ones that are weak to fire. Whilst wind is only good against birds. I mean, there were some bird people on that map with Tormund, but he didn't grow up directly under a bird. He grew up directly under a tiger. So even if Soren had the lower strength, they could have just swapped it. They could have just given Tormund lower strength stat and Soren higher to make up for it. Yeah, Ranulf does outclass Leith, and Morim does outclass Mordecai, yeah. It is a shame about that. Well, it's about time for us to take wing. We built quite a close bond, haven't we? This is true. We're especially grateful for your help in Ring's Forest. The next time you're visiting the southern coast, come to Phoenix. The entire country will celebrate your arrival. The country of the Hawk tribe, eh? That would be fun. I'm interested in what kinds of food you eat. We collect berries from trees on peaks that no Bjork could climb. The juices and desserts made from it are beyond compare. We have ocean delicacies, mountain treats, we have everything. I'll pass on the desserts, but I'll take extra helpings of meat. Haha, leave it to me. I hate to interrupt your gleeful chat, but I thought I should tell you. You don't have to visit Kilvis. It's our policy to not invite Bjork into our home, unless they pay well. Ah, King Kilvis, despite all of your posturing, you came to our aid in the end. You turned out to be a better ally than I dared hope for. Ha! Keep your foolish tongue inside your foolish head, and don't tell anyone. I have a reputation to think of. Farewell, and I'm serious about Phoenix too. Come anytime. General, the bird tribes are in your debt. We are grateful. Please take care. If you ever have need of the king's eyes, fire a flaming arrow from a high place. I'll see it and come flying. That is, if I'm not busy on an errand for the king. So many units to talk to. General Ike, I'll never ever forget you. Thank you for showing me the error of my ways. I'm just glad it's finally over. Maybe now I can get some sleep. Things are going to be rough in Dane too. I don't know what the future holds, but I'm heading back. It's my homeland after all. I have played my part, and all that remains is for me to take my leave of this place. History will judge my actions. Mustard and the others are going to Dane, and I think I'm going to go with them. Thank you for everything, General Ike. I hope they packed enough food. I'm pretty hungry. If they didn't, they will have to answer to me if they didn't pack enough food for Ileana. She deserves all the food she wants. Crimea is an interesting place, but I've decided to travel to Dane. Perhaps fate will bring us together again. Yeah, Mordecai does have Smite that makes him better than Leith. Because Smite is useful. How odd, Anna. We've both we've been both enemies and allies. Thanks to you, Rajajan was saved, and so was I. Thank you. So you were with King Dane because you were trying to save Rajajan. Yes, Rajajan is the most important thing in my life. Thing? Don't you mean most important person? Why are you calling him thing? That's not what you say to someone you love, Anna. You don't call him a thing. Some 19 years ago, he said he wanted to broaden his knowledge and left Goldoa. He never returned. When I finally found him, it was too late. He had been so twisted that he was no longer able to recognize me. And yet, I wanted to be near him. With Nasir's help, I too came to Dane. Oh, grandfather. Maybe it's because I never saw his body, but it doesn't feel like Nasir's really dead. It's like he's out there somewhere. Have you forgiven him? He does not need my forgiveness, except for that one moment when I learned of his deception. I never thought of him as an enemy. That's good. Are you returning to Goldoa, Anna? Yes, I must help Rajajan return to his hometown. Take care. Give my regards to Kurtnaga. Thank you, I will. One last rousing speech, I guess? From Elincia? Or no? The war is over. The Crimean people who suffered gravely during the harsh Dane occupation have at last regained their freedom. These same Crimeans have a saying, no matter how harsh the winter, spring will ever follow. This popular proverb proves true as the warm winds of change begins to blow across the countryside. The war has left the country in ruins, but the people rise from the ashes and take the first steps towards rebuilding their nation. Though once scorned and despised as subhumans, the Lagoos put aside past enmity and come to the aid of their neighbors. And the Crimeans never forget it was Gallia that fought beside them and helped free them from the yoke of Dane oppression. Led by the examples of Elincia and her retainers, Crimea begins transforming into the land its king had dreamed of. A land where Beork and Lagoos live together in harmony and equality. As the reconstruction efforts progress, the administrative government announces the enthronement of Elincia as the new queen. And now the day of her crowning arrives. Good for Elincia, she became queen. Good for her.